seen anyone say, save the leeches?
No, no one cares about bugs.
Save the ticks. In particular, parasites. Save the mosquitoes. Mosquitoes, you know, the biggest enemy of humans, as big an enemy as we are to each other through warfare in the history of civilization, the greatest enemy to human life has been the mosquito. Responsible for more than 1 billion human deaths in the history of civilization. And so here we have mosquitoes, ticks, tapeworms, you know, go down the list. And you can ask, if you're really into animals and don't want to kill them, if you heard that ticks were endangered, would you start a movement to protect ticks? Would you do that? And if you would, more power to you. But I'm thinking you're not.
Why would you if you know about Lyme disease?
This is my point.
Yeah, or...
This is my point. I mean, by the way, the Lyme virus wants to live too, right? These are all creatures on God's green earth, right? Mm-hmm. And so you end up being a species bigot. Mm. That's in the chapter Meatarians and Vegetarians. There's the philosophies that each of those camps will embrace. And the question is, how thoroughly thought through are those philosophies? Like in one example, let's say you don't want to kill animals, but you have a humane mousetrap in your basement. Okay, why not? You don't want to snap the neck of the mouse. That's cruel. You like animals, right? So you save the mouse. You got to check on it every few days because they dry out quickly if you trap it. So what do you do when you catch it? What do they do?
Release
it back into the wild, guaranteeing the mouse gets eaten whole by an owl or pecked apart by all manner of woodland predators between 9 and 18 months of its life. So the safest thing to do with your mouse is to leave it in your basement. If you really care about animal life and the mouse managed to get into your basement, leave it there. It'll live up to 6 years in your basement.
I lived in Colorado for a while next to an ashram, and I was visiting the ashram and talking to the woman who runs it, and she sprayed Raid all over these ants. And I go, what are you doing? And she's like, well, it's unfortunate, but you know, we have to address the fact that we have an infestation of insects. I'm like, you just mass killed all these living beings with poison from the sky. And you did it in front of me.
Aerial assault.
While you're espousing the benefits of Buddhism and meditation and...
Yeah, so people kind of cherry pick.
Yeah.
And I understand it, but... And
it's odd.
I don't mind if someone cherry picks as long as they're completely self-aware.
Most people aren't.
And by the way, the home where you're saving the mouse, I did a rough calculation. It's probably made from the wood of about 50 trees. Mm. Each tree could have lived 100 years, but didn't because it was cut down to make your home. The 2x, the studs, the 2x4s, the floorboards, the wall panels, the siding. And each of those trees was home to birds and insects and fungus and squirrels. And every day of that tree's life, via photosynthesis, it created 15 times the mass of the mouse in breathable oxygen. So I ask you, who do you think nature cares more about? The tree or your 1-ounce mouse?
Probably the tree.
I'm thinking. And some trees live 1,000 years.